Hey, if you enjoy my content, please consider picking up a copy of my latest spooky short novel, Megawatt vs. the Vampires of the Sun. Available alongside another huge selection of family-friendly content at enterthelostlibrary.com. I guarantee we've got a good read for you. Hello all you beautiful people in Webtown, and welcome to a very purple-centric crypto comics review. This is The Phantom, the Ghost Who Walks. Issue number 1, from Moonstone. Moonstone is one of the premier independent comic publishers out there today, and The Phantom is one of the original superheroes, originally created by Falk way back in February of 1936. The Phantom has managed to transcend time, transcend generations, and ignite readers' imaginations for nearly a century. Though he is perhaps best known by modern fans, thanks to the classic 1990s film featuring Billy Zane as the Phantom, which was rejected at the box office and panned by critics at the time, but I have to say is rather endearing. I feel like Billy Zane's Phantom exists right alongside Indiana Jones. It really feels like they live in the same world, and I really enjoy that about the Billy Zane movie. But now I couldn't even tell you, 10,000 Phantom comics we could cover. I mean, I'm pretty confident there's probably 30,000 Phantom comic strips we could cover quite easily. But this one I happened to see at my local comic shop in the discount bargain bin, and so I said, hey, let's check that out because there are actually a couple other issues of The Phantom from Moonstone that I am interested in. And this is really one of the flagship titles from Moonstone. I think they had 3 ongoing Phantom titles at one time, which is pretty impressive. And now, the Phantom's popularity has somewhat waned here in the United States, but he is extremely popular in Australia. I mean extremely popular. And I think any Aussie out there would likely agree with me that the Phantom is arguably the most beloved of all superheroes in Australia. And if you are a bloody Aussie, tell me in the comments below exactly what it is about the Phantom that resonates with all you beautiful Aussies down under. And the cover, of course, draws you in. A lot of the Moonstone covers are really, really good. And the artwork inside here is really good, though the panels are modestly laid out, which kind of, I don't know. It gave it a nice older feel, but I'd like to see the Phantom modernized a bit as far as dynamic artistic layouts would go. This is written by Mike Bullock, story consultant Dave Michelini, penciled by Silvestri Silaghi. Oh, I hope I didn't butcher that, bro. Sorry. We'll call him Silly Silla around here. Inks by Sergio Mulco. This is from way back in the year 2009. Al-Shihab Mosque, Bakhtarak, Iran. There is no honor in living the life of a stray dog. The Almighty God did not create us to wallow in the sewer while they sit upon their thrones in castles built of the blood of our families. Amir, do you think watching your daughter die from hunger while they sit in their palaces gorging themselves on royal feasts was what he intended for you? No. And you, Fuad, do you think holding your son in your arms while he bled to death from the bullets fired by the Imperial Guard was his plan? How many nights, Rafik? How many nights has the specter of your wife's murder haunted your unrestful sleep? Listen to me, my brothers. Our God did not create us to be the lapdogs of the royal family. He did not sculpt our souls with his own divine hands, just so that we could suffer while the world fights over the precious oil. No, I say to you this very day is one made with his divine hands, so that we could rise up to embrace that which is ours. Who gives them the right to rule this world, while we struggle to feed on the scraps from their tables? We do, because we cower like curs, begging for our own malnourishment. There is no reason our children should go hungry because we cannot buy food the royal family has in abundance to waste as they see fit. But I tell you this, if you are ready to answer his call, to live as he created, ready to embrace your divine destiny, then you must realize today is the day that he has made, so that we would take back what he created for us so long ago. Today is the day the healing begins. Today is the day we cleanse the world with fire! Are you with me, my brothers? Yes, Kamel Kazi! For Al-Shihab! For Al-Shihab! 1 week later, the Indian Ocean, 200 miles off the coast of Kenya. We should hit port before morning, Devil.
Such a beautiful dog. If I'd known we could bring pets, I would have brought Mr. Winkins along. He just loves the water. Look at his glasses. That must be one of those seeing eye dogs.
He's not a seeing eye dog. He's a wolf. And I assure you, my eyes have never worked better. Va 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 voom.
You have the most delicious voice I think I've ever heard. Delicious indeed.
Brap, brap, brap. Attention passengers! We're claiming this ship in the name of the raiders of Somalia! Blam, 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 blam. Boom!
Pirates! My father told me not to come on this cruise.
Devil, protect these ladies. I'll be right back. The Indian Ocean, 300 miles southwest.
These refugee situations are always so heartbreaking. I know. How on earth a family can hope to survive when they're forced to exist moving from one camp to another? All they've known is war and strife for decades now. It's a UN ship, if you didn't notice. Your family lives in Africa, no? Yes, we do, but we live in Bengala, which has been fortunate enough to exist in a strong democracy for decades now. My husband will be meeting us in Mombasa, as will our friend, Dr. Axel. I'll have to introduce you to them once we dock. A doctor? Will he be working with the medical teams? Yes, he's heading them up for the UN. And just how do you know this Dr. Axel? He's our family doctor, a real lifesaver.
Brap, brap, brap. Burned him alive! No, what? Ghost? You're a fool! I want the safe open in 5 minutes. I want every passenger on the deck in 10 minutes. Do I make myself clear? Yes, master. If you cooperate, your lives will be spared. If not, you will be the next to die. Hurry, hurry! Do not try my patience. There it is again! What is it, fool? What are you looking at?
I saw it, staring at us from the door. The ship is haunted. We must leave now.
Don't be a child. We have a job to do, and we shall do.
No!
Crunch.
Aye!
Is this the last of them?
There are a few stragglers near the stern, but they're being rounded up as we speak. Leave! We must leave at once! This ship is haunted!
Fool! There is no such thing as ghosts! Don't force me to kill you with the infidels.
Look, did you see that?
What? It seems one of your fellow passengers wants to play a game. Clack, clack.
If I get killed, my father will never let me live this down.
You there! Get up!
Oh, no, don't shoot us!
Silence! Turn around!
You might want to turn around yourself.
Do not think I am foolish enough to fall for your ploys, American woman! You might want to listen to the lady. The cold voice of the phantom can freeze a man's blood. Old jungle saying.
Hoo, 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 hoo.
Crack!
Gah! Looks like you got Tysoned. Where'd he go?
Where is Azim? Azim doesn't sound too Somalian to me. Show yourself, infidel! What?
Master, we must leave. The ghost will kill us all. No.
Crack!
No.
Spoken like a true coward. Now the real question is, why would Arabic terrorists masquerade as Somali pirates? The cleansing. Port of Mombasa, Kenya, the next day. Those blasted pirates grow graver by the day, Dr. Axel. I'm surprised the crew were able to overcome them. I'd wager they had a little help. And there's our UN contingent, just in time to experience the ills of these waters firsthand. We need to get the triage area set up immediately. Get everyone else going. Use that area there so we can get these people taken care of. The UN and their fact-finding can wait. Dear Lord, guide my hands to help these people in their time of need. Diana, over here.
It's good to see you, Doctor.
Oh, it's great. What are we going to do here?
Oh, it looks like just another random pirate attack. I'm assuming it followed their standard MO. Rob the passengers in the safe, then flee.
No, something just doesn't add up. The pirates were dressed as Somalis, but they were all Arabic.
Arabic? Since when do Arabs engage in piracy?
That seems to be the million-dollar question, and one I believe you are far better suited to answer than Diana and I would be. Right. I need to look around some more. I'll be right back. Come on, Devil. Something tells me this was more than just an act of piracy.
Is everything going according to plan, Mutaz?
Just as you desired, Camel.
This day will be a milestone in the history of the world, my friend. Every new civilization must have its birth pains, and this is only the first of many to come.
Indeed, today will be remembered as the day the cleansing began.
Yes, and those fools have no idea that their deaths shall be the foundation.
Bum, bum, bum!
So we have some really slow-paced stuff going on. What is it, boy? Let's take a lot of panels to try to figure out what's going on here. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Thank God you showed up. We all thought we were goners for sure. Are you okay? How long you been in here? They grabbed us right after they boarded. Any idea what they plan to do with you? They said it was the only way for the cleansing to begin. Pocket watch? This can't be good, pocket watch.
It is time to let them hear the sound of their own demise, Kazi.
Yes. I assure you, it won't be much longer. What? Beep, 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 beep. What's that noise? What are you? Beep, 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 beep. Suicide bomber! Get away! Doctory! La 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 la!
Boom! Perfect. You could almost feel their terror. It's time, Mutaz. We must go now.
Help, people? No? What? Oh, Axel, are you okay? Dr. Axel, Dr. Axel! Oh, no. Yuri!
Crack-a-ba-doom! To be continued. Next issue.
It's MILF Magnet by Doctor Who's Tony Lee. It's not his fault. He just attracts women like nobody's business with catastrophic results. Very similar to my main man, Slapnuts McGurk. Very similar. Behind the Mask. Cy Berry was the legendary artist on The Phantom for like decades. His work began in 1961 when popular longtime Phantom artist Wilson McCoy died and King Featured Syndicate hired Cy to take over the strip. He worked on it for 32 years until his retirement in 1993. And fun fact, not this cover, but cover C of The Phantom Goes to Walks #1 is Cy Berry's first American cover for a Phantom comic book. Interesting factoid. The Spider, Judgment Night. So I assume this is the Spider that Dynamite publishes now. Tell me in the comments below if you know. I'm sure we have a fanboy in here who does know. And Domino Lady, Sex as a Weapon. And then right back, I just want to go right back to my main man, Slapnuts McGurk, right? That's the same thing he does as a MILF magnet. He uses sex as a weapon. Saucy noir action and a collection of new prose with the original crime-busting blonde Bombshell. You know, if you're looking for some good noir, I'm going to just highly recommend this awesome review from last November of Case File Arkham, Nightmare on the Canvas. It was a noir masterpiece. Check that out in the Indie Comics playlist here on Crypto Comics Crime Busters. Sherlock Holmes and Kolchak teamed up? Oh, wow. I had no idea. Kolchak the Night Stalker. This was a television show. I want to say early 80s? Mid 80s? It starred the dad from A Christmas Story. Very unusual. I would read that. I don't know if I'd do a review of it, but I would read it. Mr. Moto. Mr. Clean. Tracer of Lost Persons. I'm interested in Mr. Moto, too. Sex, Lies, and Private Eyes. Edited by Joe Gentile and Richard Dean Starr. That could be Joe Gentili. I want to say Joey Gentili. Hey, how you doing? Sex, Lies, and Private Eyes. Let me tell you some pervy stories, huh? Partners in Crime by C.J. Anderson. The Phantom Generations. Untold Tales of the Phantoms that have gone before. There's our 21 Phantoms. As far as I think we're still on 21. Kit Walker is the current Phantom. Previous Phantoms have also had the name Kit Walker, I'm pretty sure. And so it really seems like Moonstone's specialty here really kind of feels like it's noir, right? It's noir comics. Big time, which is cool. That's a good niche to have. Oh, here we go. The Phantom, Kolchak the Night Stalker, Moonstone Noir, Moonstone Monsters, Doc Savage, Buckaroo Banzai. I wonder how long they held that license. Captain Action. This takes me back to my childhood big time. You'd have to probably watch the first one or two videos I ever did here, Crypto Comics. I talk about Captain Action. My father and my uncle had some Captain Action toys. And they all had like a costume, so you could turn them You could turn Captain Action into Superman, into Batman, into Aquaman, into Captain America, with the costumes and these like hard plastic masks that would slip over their heads. It was amazing. Highly recommend that Captain Action. They will never make anything like Captain Action again. Now he's like his own character, right? And I don't know. Like, the appeal to me as a kid was being able to turn him into Superman, turn him into Captain America. And Zorro, of course. Anybody can write a Zorro book nowadays. Public domain, baby. The Phantom, not in the public domain yet. I'm not sure how that works, actually. Because he was created in 1936, which means he was created before the copyright laws of 1978 that basically made it so anything you create, you and your family own for 70 years after your death, which is the best you could possibly get, right? That's amazing. But that didn't exist then. So I think let's see, 28 years. He would have to register it for 28 years, and then he could renew it for another 28. So that means it's going to be like another decade, I think, at least, before the Phantom will fall into the public domain. Probably in the 1930s, or the 1930s, probably in the 2030s. He will fall into the public domain, I would think. But then there's this weird thing where people can, nowadays you can copyright a name. So the Phantom, this is their trademark. They own the trademark to the Phantom. So there you kind of have a conundrum, right? And it seems like Dynamite with their series Masks really figured out how to put a bunch of characters into a single comic and not have to worry about the trademark because the name of the book is Masks. So you don't have to, you don't have to put the Phantom, you don't have to put Green Hornet, you don't have to put any of that on there. Just put Masks. Though I don't think Green Hornet's public domain yet either. I think that's going to fall in the 2030s also, which is really going to be revolutionary for all of the smaller creators and all of the beautiful people in Webtown who are fans of classic American entertainment. Because we're going to be able to take AI. Here at Crypto Comics, we'll take AI and we'll make a Phantom movie. Because we can. It's Dick Tracy movie, because we can. Batman movie, because we can. It's got to be the Batman from just the first year of Batman's existence. That's the other trick about copyright. But as all these characters begin to fall into the public domain, we're going to have, I think, an entertainment revolution, provided that communism does not sweep the globe like the ruling class wants desperately, so that they can basically enslave all of us, because they're really mad they don't have their slavery anymore. England and America got rid of that, and it makes them real mad. They're tired of that. They don't have to worry about that over in China. Anyway, so the Phantom, the Ghost Who Walks. Okay, I like the characters. I feel like all this, too much, bro. You should have been able to do this in 2 pages, at least. Bare minimum. I mean, you got to set up, they never say his name in this whole comic, by the way. And we've got a lot of exposition and this is all very long. And so we get ultimately the Phantom. Now let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll count this 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 panels featuring the Phantom in a comic book all about the Phantom. And you get 14 panels. That's it. Still no Phantom. And that's it. That's it. The next time you see the Phantom is when you turn here. There's the Phantom in black and white. There's the Phantom in black and white. So, ultimately, disappointing. Too much unimportant writing. Lengthy exposition that's not necessary to drive home your points. This is all pages that, you could have the Phantom. This is a fine way, I guess, if you want to set up Kamikaze as your bad guy. I guess you could reveal him here in the beginning, but I would have maybe opened with just the Somali pirates and have the Phantom doing his thing. And then maybe flash back or something, and I would not reveal Kamikaze until here. I would have had the crack of Bethune on this page, and then have him watching from the distance, smirking.
To be continued.
Instead, we get 14 panels. of the Phantom. So, kind of a waste, I would say. Not how I would debut the Phantom, though. This cover, remarkable. Your title, remarkable. I mean, this sold me. This alone sold me. Also, the Moonstone logo sells me too. Unfortunately, what's on the inside feels more like a Netflix series that should be 5 episodes, but they decided to add a bunch of exposition and nonsense that really isn't important to the plot or the character's development so that they could pad it out to, 8 episodes. And this is a complaint that's much more severe when it comes to, Marvel and DC comics, where it's really done to excess. At least this, in here, at least, we're focusing on the villain. We're focusing on the good guy, kind of, and the plot, kind of. It doesn't stray into discussions about, third wave feminism. So that's good. And while this really didn't compel me to pick up another issue of the Phantom, there are 2 issues of the Phantom from Moonstone written by Chuck Dixon that I am very interested in reviewing for all you beautiful people in Webtown. If you don't know, Chuck Dixon is responsible for some of the best Punisher and Batman stories ever written in the 80s and 90s. Perhaps most famous for creating Bane, though I wouldn't give credit to somebody for that. No offense, Chuck. I love you. I just don't love Bane. But what I love most of all is the Phantom's purple costume. Totally awesome. He's rocking it. Totally unafraid to go out in his blue and black striped underwear and fight crime each and every night. And I do endorse a sequel to the Phantom movie with a deepfake of Billy Zane. That also would be good. So, if you too would like to see a sequel to the Phantom starring a deepfaked Billy Zane, hit that thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe, then hit this bell down here, and one lucky person will be chosen at random to receive their own pair of blue and black striped underwear, just like the Phantom. And when those underwear show up at your house, pull them right up and then sit right down to watch another totally awesome comic book review right here at Crypto Comics.